Okay, y'all, I got my bearings in for this armature, and the first thing we need to do is, of course, we need some way to press them off. And I found that this, of course, it doesn't have to be a T. It's the only thing I had, but it's deep enough to where when I push it through, it's got plenty of room on the bottom. So what we need to do is we need to be sure to put us something inside this thing to cushion the fall, because we don't want it to fall real hard and hit against one of these blades and just barely bend them, because golly, this thing would be so unbalanced you wouldn't even be able to use the saw. So just get something and shove in there. Get them down in there. Got your bearing pusher offer. Clamp that thing on there. But let me show you first one thing. See, this fan will clear the inside of this, so there won't be any trouble of this fan getting dented, bent, or anything. Okay, we're just going to try this drill press. We've got everything kind of halfway set up, so we're hoping that bearing's not on too difficult. That way we can just use this as an armor. I really don't want to use a hammer unless I just absolutely have to. Oh boy, it's tough. Nope, gotta get the old hammer after it. Okay, we got it out. Now we got to get the new one on. Yeah, there it is. We're missing some bearings in there. Probably what was making all that noise. Now we've got some sealed bearings, so they should last quite a bit longer. Alright, let's get this bearing, the new bearing on there. Now we've got to find a pipe or something that'll slide over this and then knock the bearing down on the sleeve. We got to make sure we don't damage the fins. Now we got the second one ready to take this bearing off. Remember our fins, we got this 3" to where this will fit down in there, and it'll clear the fins. We've got our what you call down in there, our cloths, kind of catch it when we knock it on through. Okay, it's almost off. Okay, we're off. Okay, we got us a piece of plywood, got us a hole in there to kind of help hold this thing steady. Now we just need to knock this on, but now we need to make sure that we get something. We don't want to hit our seal. Alright, we got us a little small washer we're going to put on there. That one's probably big enough if I don't hit my finger. That looks like it. Okay, now let's get another one on there. Gonna have to drill me a hole so that this will set down in here and help me hold it. Looks like it's 12mm. Alrighty. Like it's all the way up on there. Alright, let's get her back in here. We got one on each side. Like this one and then the other side out. I figure if we're this far into it, let's go ahead and replace the brushes. May not be anything wrong with them. One thing you don't want to do, you don't want to lose that. It's really a difficult time making one of those. And then reach up in there and Push that little cotton picket out. Okay. There's a lot left on that brush, but we'll go ahead and put the new ones in there. We're gonna blow this out real good. So you don't want to oil any of your bearings. They come oil from the factory, and you especially don't want to get a little bit of oil on that, because you don't want that thing to start spinning inside the retainer. All right, let's get this thing up in there. Slide this up in there, and then that sounded pretty solid. Alrighty. Clean off my shaft real good. I think we're ready to go back in there. Oh wait, we got to put our brushes in here. Oh, you can sure see the difference. This is the new one, this is the old one. Wore down quite a bit. Okay, we ought to be able to get 4 or 5 more years out of it before we're ready to give it up. 2 little tabs right there that have to go into that rectangle slot so that these things don't turn in there. So that's very important. Now the fun part. Getting my finger off of here and then sliding this cap on there. Ah, good. Got one. You just want to barely snug them up. Okay. Let's try it again. Ah, we got it that time. Okay. We're ready to go hook this thing up and try it. Let's plug her in and try it. First thing. The moment of truth. Here we go. So, take it from me. Replace all the bearings. Don't just replace 2 at a time. Alright, now we don't have to buy us another miter saw.